I have an addiction. If you play anything hardcore, the whole thing is if you get hit once or take too much damage, you die. In this game, once you die, you start over. And leveling in Classic WoW, it sucks. You have to go all the way back to level 1. It's not fun. So this dungeon run is actually the Dead Mines, and getting through all of this, I'm going to depict and tell you guys exactly what was going on and why it got to be just overall fun. No one really died here, but it's normal to die in a dungeon run, so that's why I'm like, it's phenomenal that this game in hardcore would bring out some of the best in you to where you can't die or you just don't die, you know? It's fun. So make sure you guys got some snacks or something, because this is going to be a 40-minute long video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so I can do more of these. So while you're playing healer, your main thing is to just look out for the potential danger of the person taking too much aggro. And on teammates, sometimes they can have dumb moments where they run into a crowd if they're half asleep or something. But your main goal is to pay attention to their health bars and statuses and make sure you can either cure or protect whatever is going to happen to them.
Van Cleef paid big for your head.
So basically, Van Cleef paid off an ogre to rip off people's heads if they intruded upon this cave of dead mines. Rexor is getting the literal... I was about to say a bad word, so I'm just gonna say the complete opposite. The literal ogre stomped out of him, bro. Always watch your surroundings when you're in a dungeon. Because I just had that much faith in this group that we'd succeed. I basically said look out for the back patrols, because if they get you while you're not paying attention, it's bad. As a holy paladin, your job is to have very good targeting skills to where you can buff and heal at the same time almost. So not only were there 7 members on my team and I had to apply very strategically their buffs, I had 2 options. Give them more physical damage and give the casters more magical, you know, regeneration rate, which is very good. Because as long as they can keep pedaling, you can keep burning the rest of the dungeon out. It's just, you know, simple math. It's easy. Remember a couple seconds ago when I was talking about the back patrols? Well, they were on their way, and I'm glad this person turned around, and I asked, did you see them? And I didn't get an answer, but I'm pretty sure she saw them. So here we go with some lore. I'm actually going to continue to play the video because this will just line up perfectly. The Mast Room is pretty much where Van Cleef was doing all of his lumber work and stuff for the city of Stormwind. And I guess because of the rapid, growth of the military, they didn't have enough money to pay him. So now Van Cleef is in this point where he's like, if y'all can't pay me, then we're going to terrorize the city the best we can. He hired a bunch of goblins to work for him, I guess. And on top of that, he was just like, whoever comes in here, we kill them on the spot. Because you never know, Stormwind could send in a bunch of agents to take us out. So that's what the Mast Room is about. They're cutting lumber and trying to make money. But I guess work is off because the city's no longer paying them. So now it's just hostile people, very angry. Now y'all are probably like, but Kashi, did I ask? I just wanted to see the gameplay maybe?
Hello there.
So once you clear out the Mast Room, there's a giant robot, and if you don't kill him in like a certain amount of time, odds are he will kill you. He has a certain ability that just does too much damage for anyone but the tank. And best thing is, we have 7 members, so that's 7 different points of damage coming out if I start throwing damage myself. But I'm applying heal, so 6-to-1 ratio is pretty good. The boss's shredder machine is down, but it doesn't mean the boss himself is dead yet. So Sneed himself is just like a regular NPC. He doesn't have any special abilities, but he drops a pretty cool axe I didn't get. The Taskmaster's axe is pretty good, the stats are very nice, but not for me. So after dealing with all the little guys here in the Mast Room with all the wood and stuff, there's going to be more goblins. But the next room is going to be very important as well, because I think that's called the Goblin Foundry. And the Goblin Foundry, pretty much, long story short, is a place where there's a bunch of goblins. And they're smelting stuff. And I guess they use this metal to like create their own swords and stuff, because they got tired of people coming down here, and they're hired by Van Cleef, long story short, and more, lore. You kill these guys off, and I think you're one step closer to getting to Van Cleef. But other than that, I like this dungeon specifically because you have to have teamwork here. Without the teamwork, you guys would be dead in the first 2 waves of doing this place. So I guess I'll go over the abilities of the guys here. They have something called like Molten Ore or something, and what it does, it slows you and you take tick damage over time. And this is the great part about being a paladin, because if I see this ability, because it's a slow, I can automatically cure it, and they don't take the damage from being on fire. But I didn't realize it until I did it. Another ability these guys have down here is to create like a little scarecrow robot creature, and it hits people. You might not be able to see it, but I can. He's rubbing his hands together. That's him summoning the robot that he's created. It's pretty cool to see them like do a little standstill right there. The worst thing you can do as a healer is not call that you're out of mana.
I'm out of mana.
The reasoning behind this is simple. If you run out of mana and your team continues to pull without you, they didn't know you were out, so you can't blame them, you can only blame yourself, and they continue to fight till they die. So the boss inside the Goblin Foundry is a goblin, like who would have guessed, but simply enough, he just hits a little bit harder and has like a flame ability, but other than that, he's not a problem. But yeah, the little goblin golem controlled robot thing, that's what they look like. So we ended up just like rushing this boss down and burning him. We also had world buffs on, so world buffs just gave us like an edge over this boss. He melted, and that was pretty much it. Yeah, one ad came up and hit me, but during the time of him hitting me, he literally did nobody's damage. What's even worse is they had the boss running in circles. So the boss gave off like a good ring. It does like 6 intelligence, 2 agility, but it sucked because someone else got it. I was mad. So in the middle of this fight, this hunter asked a very important question: do you want to go back? And what he meant by that is watch out for the patrols, because if you don't watch out for them, they show up later behind you. As usual, this guy, this person here, he was on his A game. The hunter was just asking a question. Guess what happens? We didn't go back, so guess what? They found us, and then we had to fight them anyway. That's the main thing to do, is just watch out for the backpack, kill it, and never worry about it again. It's just me being nitpicky and wanting to be safe in the game, where if you die once, you don't come back.
Yo! Yo, holy shit, he dead!
After I hit the nastiest life-saving stun, that was just one of the backpacks. Apparently there's 2 that run up behind you. It was time for the best part of the dungeon for me. I loved this part with all my heart.
You there. Check out that noise.
So Mr. Smite is this Torn that has like a stun ability. And the stun ability pretty much gives his allies more hits. So if you don't kill off his adds before you kill him, your team's going to lose. But if you have someone who can stun, he does not get his stun off, and you can clear the adds off, and it makes this fight easy. So it's a double edge. So if you judge this guy's health right before you hit a stun, he can't stun you back and everyone gets free damage. Right after releasing a heal, I threw my stun and it landed and everyone was questioning why they didn't get stunned.
You landlubbers are tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise.
So Eugene's going apeshit. He goes, wait, why? Why aren't we stunned? LOL. And I level up and the guy goes, good shit. Someone gets it. They say perfect stun. If you're a healer, you might want to loot last, just because your team's probably already in the fight.
Oh, no.
Even though that was almost the worst thing that could happen. It wasn't. The worst thing that could happen is the tank dies and everyone else just flips out and starts roaching out, where they just, scatter like a bunch of ants after you've hit an ant pile. The good news is there's only 2 bosses left, and one of them is a Murloc. He doesn't have his allies, it's just him. But he spreads a toxic poison. I forgot his name, I think it's Cookie or something. Cookie's like a regular NPC himself. The only thing he does is spread poison, and I can't cure it, but I'm a paladin so I can heal it. He's not even a problem. It's too many people beating on him for him to become an issue. So when you get hit by a move called Frost Nova, it keeps you in place, and that's what almost killed the warrior. The rogue goes, I hate her. And I go, yeah, me too. Believe it or not, we're at the last part of the dungeon, and there's like a mini boss here, and then the main boss, which is Van Cleef, the guy we've been hearing so much about. He's the captain of the ship, we gotta take him down. But yes, he has more rogues that are right under him, so once you get him the second phase, more rogues show up, and it's a DPS check, like you have to grind him all the way down. And that's what really scared me about this fight was, what if I didn't have the heal or the mana to continue to keep these guys alive? But they stuck it out and did just fine. So now we have to fight the final boss, and his name is Edwin Van Cleef. He is the head of the Brotherhood. Well, I think he is. We don't know all the lore, but pretty much he has ads that show up in the first and second part of the fight. First it's 2, and then it turns into 4. If you aren't DPSing these little ads out, he wins. The man, like, he's a two-handed person, so he's just swinging his blade everywhere. This man's not playing with you. Like, it's a serious fight. You don't want to die here. I know I probably ran out of mana. I'm not even sure, but like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.
Oh, hi. Wait a minute.
You better be subscribing right now.
None may challenge the Brotherhood.
You see what I mean now? He keeps making more ads the longer the fight goes on. It's crazy. This man bears such a resentment towards Stormwind that he himself calls us lapdogs because he knows we're in league with Stormwind and that we have come to kill him and pretty much just end his whole frustration. But yeah, he hates us.
Our cause is righteous. Brotherhood shall prevail.
So after you kill Van Cleef, he gives you a letter that pretty much tells you, I guess, why he did what he did, and upon his death, you know, something else is going to happen. But I'm guessing, you know, you have to go through a bunch of hurdles. My character died around like 28, so we'll never really be able to see the rest of that content unless I redo it. I hope you guys like watching this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This has been your boy Kashi Mugen, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.